Welcome back, wanderers, and today is a different type of journey. It is a journey of a man coming to a turkey. No, just kidding. So, welcome back, wanderers. This is a special adventure today with me, myself, and I. My wonderful partner could not join us today. She is actually working. We have to provide a life somehow. So today I am at Wild Turkey Distillery in Lawrenceburg, and today I drink alone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to do a tasting tour of Wild Turkey. I believe it's Taste the History or something like that, and I'm pretty excited. I have never done a wander alone. Well, I've wandered alone. I've just never recorded it for YouTube. So here I am, wandering alone. So we're going to wander through the Wild Turkey experience, and hopefully you enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and follow us on this adventure. Keep wandering, keep following, and let the adventure begin. That's not usually my line, so that just felt weird. I'll talk to you guys soon. This is the visitor center, which doesn't open till 12. We're a little bit early. Some brick houses. Very pretty drive in. Have to come back someday when I have a passenger that can shoot some photos. And a big turkey. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I cracked myself up.
They're taking super precautions before they open everything back up. Hopefully we'll get back inside. So what we're going to do here is you're going to work from your left to your right across that stage while we're out here tasting. Now, I do want all of you to look down, make sure you can read the words Wild Turkey, because if he's got that set the other way, you're going to have a way different experience. That's kind of important. As we go across through there, I'll tell you a little about it. Each one of these, I am not going to tell you what you're supposed to taste. I cannot get that right. If you read something about somebody on the internet and they said you're supposed to taste this, and you said, "Oh, I didn't get that," you're right. That's the thing you got to remember. Your palate might be different from mine. If I left here and went and had me a bowl of spaghetti and came back, I'd taste two different things the time I went to the time I got back. So my thing is, once you leave here, say, "Man, that tastes good." That's what I'm hoping for. Now, I will tell you, there's a way that Jimmy and Eddie would do this to get more flavor out of it, and I'll show you what they would do on the very first one and just that one. It's way more important that you're drinking Wild Turkey to me than it is how you're doing it. But I'll show you what they would do. Now, the first thing you're going to do, we're going to take this one right here. Start with the Russell's Reserve. This one is a tribute to Jimmy by Eddie Russell. Eddie started this product for 45 years in the business when Jimmy had his 45th anniversary when Eddie came up with this. Jimmy likes a 10 to 12-year-old window. He says once it's been in that barrel for 12 years, there's nothing left for it to pick up but the taste of the wood, and he didn't want to lick the barrel. That's what he will have. So, that's what he preferred. So Eddie decided to go with the 10 to 12-year-old barrel to make his product. That 10-year age statement, all that means is that's the youngest thing can be in that barrel. It can have alcohol older than that in there. It just can't have anything younger. Now, what you're going to do with this one is, this is a 90 proof bourbon. This one is absolutely delicious in my opinion, but the first thing they will do is they'll hold it up to their nose to get a good nose on it. Now, you want to, first I'll tell you what, do it this way. Close your mouth and smell it first. And then smell it again with your mouth open and watch them change. Got sweeter when you open your mouth, didn't it? Okay? That's why when you're here in Kentucky and you see all of us old guys sitting around with our mouth hanging open while we know our bourbon, we're not just being goobers. We do know what we're doing when we're doing that. So you want to do it with your mouth open when you nose it, because that is always going to give you less of the alcohol vapor and more of the actual sweet aroma coming up off of it when you open your mouth. All right? Now, as far as the tasting of it, what they're going to do is this. Take the first sip, and once you take a small sip, chew on it. Roll it around and cover your entire palate before you swallow it. We call this one the Kentucky Chew here. All you're doing with the Kentucky Chew is acclimating your palate to the fact that it's dealing with alcohol. So now you know there's alcohol in there. So what'll happen now, after you've had your first sip, your palate knows that, it's acclimated to that fact. When you take your next one, you're going to notice a lot more of those sweeter flavors start to come forward. You'll start to pick up a lot more flavor off of it. Get sweeter for you the second time? Yeah. So that's how they would do it. Now, you'll usually see them hold it up to look at it before they ever take a drink or smell or anything else. What they're doing there is those guys, they've been doing this a long time. They can see how old it is by the color of it. Like I was showing you up there on the slide. They can look at that. It's about 10 years old. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be right. Jimmy wound up erecting a lady and one day she brought some brownies in that she had made. And she said, I made it with your whiskey. I wanted you to try it and tell me what you thought of it. She said, well, I'll have one of them. She got him one of those brownies. And this is a true story. And I was like blown away. Jimmy took a bite of that brownie. And he looked up there and he said, this ain't mine. She looked at him funny. He said, you made that with Jim Beam. You didn't make that with Wild Turkey. She looked, and I was like, did you really? She goes, I did, but I didn't think he would know that. He knew that it wasn't his product. In the brownies, I was like, you might be drinking too much at that point. But they will do that to look at the legs on it, because when you're looking at those legs, that's one other thing I'll leave you with. When you do that and you look at the legs on it, I told you we don't put as much water in. The more water that's in it, the faster those legs will run back down inside your glass. The bigger, thicker those legs are, the less water. You can always tell the turkey doesn't put a lot of water in. 101. This is the one that made us famous right here. Most people have some sort of story about having a Saturday night where they wrestled and lost for this bottle pretty bad. I've been there multiple times. I had to learn how to do it the right way. Now that I know how to actually drink bourbon, I think, in my personal opinion, that 101 might be one of the most underrated bourbons in the whole market. And the reason I say that about it is because of what you're getting versus what you got to pay for it. You can leave here, turn right or left on our parking lot down there. You'll drive 30 minutes, no problem, find yourself a 4-year-old 90 proof bourbon in a fancy bottle for $60. The youngest thing that's in that bottle is already 2 years older than theirs. And it's sitting at 100 proof. And not only is it 2 years older, we put some 7 and 8-year-old in there with it. The formula calls for 6, 7, and 8-year-old bourbon. You're paying half the price for it. If you want to put that into a cocktail, which is what I do, I love it in old fashioned. I'm gonna worry about it. I'm gonna have to mortgage my house to replace the bottles. So I like it. That's why I think it's so underrated. So take a sip of it and see if it doesn't taste a little better than your memory. That's probably the one I reach for the most in my cabinet is my 101. Pretty good bourbon. I love it. And I do like the fact that you can sit and drink it neat like that or put it in a cocktail if you want to. You're good. The next one we're going to talk about is the 101 Rye. There's still people who don't even know that that's out there. One of the big reasons it's hard to find because of this bottle. This is a bar and restaurant bottle. So that's going to go mainly to just bars and restaurants. You won't see that bottle out there very often. We are actually going to stop making the 81 rye because the demand for the 101 rye is just so big. What we're going to do is, it still won't be in this bottle for bars and restaurants, but it will actually start coming in one of these regular bottles as well, so you'll actually be able to find that on the market. Now, 101 rye, we use a Kentucky style rye around here. When they asked Jimmy Russell to start making rye whiskey, he don't like rye whiskey. So his decision was, I'm going to make a rye whiskey that I'll actually drink. So what he did was, did that Kentucky style rye. It is just barely past that 51% rye. So if you want to say barely legal, it is barely illegal rye. It's about 52, 53% rye is what it is. It's going to be a lot sweeter than you expect it to be on the front side. It's not going to be bringing all that rye spice. You will notice it's a rye when you get it on the finish. It'll have a little bit of that earthy finish to it. I'm a big fan of this one as well. Most of your cocktails originated with rye whiskey. back in the day, cocktails were basically, in reality, invented to make bad whiskey taste better. They put some sugar and some citrus in it so they could actually tolerate it. It's a little sweeter than you expected for a rye, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funny stories when Eddie decided he was going to do the rare breed rye. I don't know if any of you had that one yet or not. It's the first barrel proof rye that we've ever done here. So Eddie decided he was going to do a rare breed rye, and he just told you Jimmy's not a big rye whiskey fan. So he told Jimmy he was going to do this. He's going to do a rye whiskey. It's going to be a rare breed. He's going to put your name on it. And when he told Jimmy he's going to put his name on it, Jimmy said, "Why?" Because he couldn't drink rye whiskey. But thank God Eddie did that, because that's been the biggest seller we've had in many, many years. Right there. Speaking of rare breed, though, I better get a second there. I'm not. That one worked out well. This is the rare breed. This is barrel proof. Now, I told you we go in the barrel at 115, right? This is 116. When I tell you we add less water, you can't add any less water than that. That's 116 proof. 6, 8, 12-year-old bourbons. It comes from the entire rick house. 6 years from the top, like I was telling you about the aging, 8 years from the middle, 12 years from down on the bottom. This was Jimmy Russell's answer to Booker. The Booker came out with Booker. Those two guys were great friends, grew up together. Booker decided to put out a barrel proof, and the way those two were, you know, Jimmy was a whole buy whiskey and what's this. He did his own. So, I think you'll really like this. I think it drinks underneath this 116 because that 12-year in there mellows it out quite a bit. Really complex. I get a lot of sweetness off this one. See what you think about this as a barrel proof. Pretty good stuff, isn't it? This is one of our biggest ones. One of our biggest sellers. Until we got the rare breed rye, now it has surpassed everything. And I'm going to finish you up with a little bit of dessert. This is the American honey. A lot of people don't realize this about Jimmy either. Jimmy was the first man to ever do a bourbon-based honey liqueur. Nobody had ever done it until he did in 1976. And Jimmy's whole purpose for doing it the very first time was he was trying to get his wife to drink with him. Not making that one up either. The only thing Jimmy was making in 76 was that 101. Joe Retta, his wife, is still not much of a drinker to this day. So she wanted nothing to do with that 101 whiskey. When he asked her what he could do that she would actually have a drink with him, the only thing she could think of, since she didn't drink, was his grandmother's toddies. His grandmother was taking the 101, but that's where he got the idea. This has got natural honey, natural citrus, natural cane sugar, all natural ingredients in it. It is 71 proof, but you'll have to look for the alcohol in this one to find it. Pretty sweet. I had a lady from New York on one of my tours one day, and she came in and she checked in. She was a wine drinker. Nothing wrong with that if you like wine. But she proceeded to assume before we ever got on the bus to leave to go on the tour, she was telling me she wasn't going to like any of my products. I'm a wine drinker, so I don't like whiskey at all. Well, that's great, because we make bourbon. We don't even make whiskey. You guys got to leak out the joke. She didn't get that one either. We get on the bus, we get back over after the tour, we do all of our products. Every one of them is like she's being shot every time she take a drink. Oh, she couldn't stand it. She got to the American honey and she started to sip on it like she expected that jolt again. She didn't get it. I saw her eyes light up. She said, I like this one. I can't find the alcohol in it. She threw the rest of it back. I said, if you drink it like that, it'll find you. You ain't got to worry about it. Not quite how that was set up to be drank. I will tell you this. I'm not much of a liqueur drinker. I'm going to leave you with this right here. So, there's other things that you can do with this besides just drink it like that. Jimmy will sweeten his lemonade with American honey. That's what he used it for. 4 parts lemonade, 2 parts honey. My wife made a hot tea for Christmas last year with it, with the cloves and the cinnamon. That honey, oh yeah, I can like it. I'm not like 7 on honey. Last thing, Jimmy told me one day that I need to try this, you put that in your freezer, you let it get ice cold. It gets real thick and real syrupy, like real honey when you try to pour it. When you take it out of your freezer, pour it over vanilla ice cream. It is delicious like that. You'll earn the nap you'll take right afterwards. But it is delicious. I highly recommend that one. Had a guy here one morning tell me he liked to go to his pancakes, so there's that. We get all kinds. I figure he's probably in meetings on Tuesday. At least he was drinking turkey. The only thing I could salvage out of that was. Well, folks, that's going to wrap us up. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to get you back inside out of this cold. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you found one you like. I hope you come back and see us.
Absolutely. Are they going to make me wear the master's key?
Yep. Got another one in the works right now. I can't tell you what it is right at the key, but we've got one. Got one in the works. It'll be out in the first business quarter. Somewhere around Father's Day.
I hope you enjoyed this. This was a fantastic tour of Wild Turkey. It was a tasting tour, so I wish you had Taste-O-Vision and could actually have joined me. But you get to see what they're doing down here at Wild Turkey. This is the first week they're open. They said that during the tour. So it was actually really cool to see them starting to open back up and get back to serving the public and doing their tours. So I hope this was an enjoyable experience for you. I do apologize, I'm alone, so you got to deal with me and me alone. But keep wandering, keep following. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. I'm sorry, I'm all alone. And keep wandering, keep following, and let the adventure begin. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you're having a fantastic day.